The wait is over. The lights are on. Tonight, the grind meets glory. Every hit, every yard, every moment. It is earned, not given. This place becomes our house, our field. This is Wampus Cat territory.
This is Atoka Wampus Cat football on KHKC. Video stream brought to you by Steubenville Ford. Today's game is also brought to you by Ameristate, All Prissied Up, C-Mac Dirtwork, and Brown's Funeral Service.
Long pass down the field. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
The Atoka Wampus Cats are sponsored by D&H Wholesale Tires, your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland, Genesis Abstract, and First Bank. Atoka Athletics is also brought to you by Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma, Hatter Boys Wrecker Services, your shelter insurance agent, Logan Daniel, and The Barber Shop.
In the ace formation, and they're going to sweep this one out. Looks like it's going to be a running back pass. He's wide open. It is caught at the 25-yard line. 10-5 touchdown.
Also sponsoring Wampus Cat Sports, Ritter Express Pharmacy, Shamrock Bank, Westside Dental, The RX Shop, and Custom Dental.
Third down and 12 is what they've got on the board. And looking to go deep down the field, and it is caught! Wow! What a play by Malachi Brooks.
Peyton Pugh back to pass. He's looking deep for number 2, Prince Coleman.
Caught!
The pass is caught, and he is headed towards the end zone.
10, touchdown.
Now let's head to the field with the voices of your Atoka Wampus Cats, Kaylin Nagorski and Michael Gabbard.
Well, it's a beautiful start to a night for Friday Night Lights, again on a Thursday night as we are set. The game changed from last night to tonight as the Atoka Wampus Cats will be taking on Spiro and the Bulldogs tonight, and it should be an exciting game. If you're a Wampus Cat fan, this is one of those games that Atoka needs to win tonight to get back into the winners column in regards to their winning streaks, if you will. But should be set up for a beautiful night tonight. The temperatures have dropped down, so it's not a hot night. It's a cooler night. The winds have picked up a little bit here in Atoka as we are set for a beautiful matchup. Again, Atoka and the Wampus Cats taking on Spiro and the Bulldogs. Michael Gabbard, Kaylin Nagorski on tonight's call, and I'm excited for high school football.
You bet. I'm excited as well. The wind has picked up a little bit here in Atoka, but nothing too bad that's going to be concerning for these two teams here this evening. But nonetheless, tonight's game moved up to Thursday to avoid the rain coming in tomorrow, and we're all set and ready to get kicked off.
Yeah, and Kaylin, when you look at the district standings right now, as we've got a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight, you look at the districts, you've got Vian and Valiant sitting atop in district play right now, both 4-0 in District 2A to 4. And when you look at the point difference, you're seeing just 2 points between the two. Vian sitting at 60 points in the district, Valiant sitting at 58 in the district. And if Valiant can play a close one tonight and Valiant win by at least 3 or 4 and keep it relatively close to with that, Valiant could have a chance of taking that number 1 spot tonight with their game. We'll talk about some of those matchups coming up in district play, but that's a huge plus for Vian only being 2 points back.
Yeah, and I really think that Valiant has a chance here if they put on a strong performance during their game that's scheduled for tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens.
Rounding out the rest of the district, you've got Wilburton sitting in third. Again, I don't know who would have seen that. Great job there by Wilburton this season. They're 6-1 and 3-1 in district play. Henrietta sits in fourth. Then you have Morris, Antlers, and of course Atoka beat Morris already, but Morris 1-3 in district play. And They're only down in points by negative 12 is where they stand, where Atoka is negative 42. And then right behind them is Spiro, our opponent that we are in front of tonight. And they are 0-4 and 0-7 on the year with a negative 60 point difference. So they don't really have a chance to take over that second to last spot, if you will. But Atoka needs a big win here tonight.
Yeah, if you're a Wampus Cat fan, this is definitely one of the wins that you want to gather up here this evening. But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's just this is a really important game, and we're hoping that Atoka can get the victory here tonight.
So last week, Spiro took on Morris, and of course we remember the score. It was a high shootout game against Morris here in Atoka, as Atoka got their first win of the season. Spiro lost to Morris 43-6. Now, I know a lot of that doesn't happen when you talk to the coaches. You'll hear even Coach Ring in the coaches show talk about, we don't really care about that. And that's fine, I get it. But when you look at total, overall package of who they played versus what they've allowed and this and that, big difference between the two teams. This should be a game that Atoka could come out on top. But here's something interesting, Kalen. Dating back to the year 2000, Atoka has only won once against Spiro in their history. Matter of fact, you can go to YouTube and pull up those games. The last time that they won, my brother Doug's senior season, and they won by a score of 38-21. Last year when they played Spiro, Atoka was picked to win that ball game big, and Spiro came out on top 28-21. And it was a close game. It lost kind of there at the last moment. And so Atoka looking for redemption against Spiro here at home this year, as last year they were on the road. But the last matchup before last year wasn't until 2011 and 2010, where Spiro won 23-7 and 11, and in 2010 won 69-49, which was a huge shootout. You remember those days, LT Poff and those guys in Atoka. And then, of course, the last time that they played in their very first matchup, again, 2001 and 2000, where that 2001 game is where they got that win, 38-21. So Atoka trying to turn the tide a little bit against a Spiro team, which, by the way, has a huge history of winning. And they've been really good at baseball the last couple of years. They were ranked number 1 last year. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up here shortly as well. But a big night for Atoka to get into the win column.
Yeah, 100%. I still can't get over the score back from 2010, 69-49. That was a high-scoring
very high-scoring
game,
man. Very high-scoring game. They had some very high-scoring games all year long back with some of those teams. And as we look at some of our games tonight, we'll see let's see here. Tishomingo will be taking on Dibble. Wilburton and Vian, that's going to be a good matchup right there if Wilburton can withhold Vian to some sort of way tonight. Morrison Valiant. Valiant should see an easy victory tonight. Davis, Comanche, another one, and then Henrietta and Antlers is probably the big one. Can Antlers pull the upset against Henrietta, who sits at 4-2? Antlers only 2-4. I was very surprised by that this year because they're a very physical football team. And then when you look at Colgate and Beggs, they'll be playing tonight, as some of our sister stations, Ardmore's over in Bethany, and then Pottsboro is on the road as well tonight. So a lot of football action going on Thursday night tonight because of the weather we had last night. So let's go ahead and step aside for our coaches show here on KHKC 102.1 FM. Our video presentation tonight is brought to you by Steubenville Ford of Atoka, and of course our pregame show brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard, with more dependability awards for trucks than any other brand. J.D. Power 2025. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Chevy drives Texas. Together, let's drive. Your pregame show, including your coach's show, is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. This week we had a chance to talk to Luke Ring about Spiro, our upcoming opponent.
All right, Coach, we've got Spiro
in the Foresight right now this week, and Spiro's one of those teams. They haven't won a game yet. They're very competitive, and David Hogan has done a great job with them over the course of the last couple of years. But they're kind of like us. They've had a pretty tough schedule, and I think you can venture to say that across our district, probably one of the hardest districts in 2A2.
Absolutely. There's just you've got the two teams at the top, with Vian and Valiant that are just very, very good teams. And then, all of us behind them, I mean, there's a lot of parity. There's not a whole lot that separates one from the other.
Yeah, you've got Vian at the very top. They're 4-0 in the district. You got Valiant. Of course, we've played both of those teams already. It's a close race between those two. You've got 2 points really separating them from first and second, or 3 points technically. And then you've got Wilburton sitting there. Who would have thought Wilburton 6-1 at the beginning of the year?
Right.
And they're 6-1 right now, 3-1 in district play. Then you got Henrietta, Morris, Antlers, Atoka, and then Spiro. So you do have the two bottom teams facing off against each other this week, but an opportunity to move up a little bit as Morris and Antlers sitting at 1-3 with Atoka 2. We're really just looking at a difference in points right now.
Right. And that's, all that ends up shaking out. And, it just comes down to, going out and executing the game plan and just the kids playing as hard as they can. And that's just a thing every week. There's no week where you look at it and say this team's not capable and not competitive. I mean, it's, again, from top to bottom, every team in this district is very competitive.
And I'm not taking anything away from Morris, but Morris last week beat Spiro 43-6. Now, obviously, the game has to be played, but at the same token, you look at that and you say, well, we put up 49 on Morris, in what was a tight game. How does that make y'all feel confidence-wise coming into this game?
Well, for me, I always say that the transitive property doesn't apply to football or competitive athletics in general.
Right.
But hopefully the kids look at that and feel confident going into the game. That they come out there with the expectation to win. Of course, you always want to expect to win, but it has to be that way, for those kids. They have to truly believe that no matter what happens, they're going to win to put yourself in the best situation. So I just, hope that them seeing that, gives them that confidence.
Against Valiant, I felt there in the third quarter, and it wasn't just cleanup duty at that time for Valiant, but I felt like defensively and especially offensively that we started kind of, getting a rhythm in the offense. What do you think kind of helped with that there in the third quarter?
Well, really, I thought the first quarter, I thought we played really, really well. Made a few mistakes that were costly, but I thought the kids came out with a ton of energy, and it's something that I pointed to when we watched the film together as a team on Sunday. The 4th and 1, we were down 8-3 right at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And that 4th and 1 was just such a huge play, and at the time, you never know how big a play will turn out, but just had one guy that just missed an assignment on that play, and we don't get the first down, and the next time we see the ball, it's no longer 8-3, it's 24-3 because they scored, got an onside kick, and scored again. So we're down there threatening at that point inside the 30 going in, and just little things like that, especially when you play a great team, just make a huge difference. And like I said, I thought we were playing really, really well, and the kids never quit. And being down 38-10 at the half, I thought they came out and just continued to play really hard in the second half. And I think they're finally starting to kind of understand the schemes offensively and defensively and learning how they fit within those schemes and kind of their responsibilities on any given play.
Yeah, I agree with you on that 4th and 1. I remember looking over at Kalen and going, man, if Atoka can get this, this is a punch in the mouth to Valiant and could change the entire course of the ball game just built on momentum,
Absolutely.
and Valiant coming into that game not expecting much, and then here we are with a chance to go up and really disrupt what Valiant wanted to do. I thought that was a big moment. And again, it was one of those moments that I felt like wasn't necessarily a fail. To me, I found a lot of success in that because, again, we're running a lot of youth on this team against a very experienced Valiant team, and we're punching them in the mouth early.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just you couldn't ask for more from our guys with the energy that they came out with. They didn't back down at all against a very experienced and a very successful team. I think they've got 15 seniors, and they start 8 seniors on both sides of the ball, whereas, on our side, we were starting 5 freshmen on both sides of the ball. So, just for them to come out and fight the way they did against a team that's just much older and much more experienced, it was very positive to see.
Now, again, Spiro coming up this week, a team still looking for their first win in district play. What do we know about Spiro coming into this game?
Yeah, they're very very gritty. They play really hard. They've got some really good players. They haven't won a game yet, but they've had kind of moments just like us in a lot of games where things just didn't quite go their way that might have spiraled on them, but they've had chances in every game that they've been in to be competitive. So we're going to have to come out and play really well and have to play hard and physical and excited for 4 quarters to be successful.
Obviously, had the game moved from Friday to Thursday, we were kind of expecting that extra day of work, and instead now we're pushing it to a Thursday. How did that kind of change your prep going into this week, knowing that you were going to lose a day?
It changes a little bit, but not a lot. I mean, today's practice is now kind of a Wednesday, Thursday combined. Whereas, on a usual Thursday practice, you kind of go through situations and fine tune your special teams plan. So that gets tagged on to the end of the Wednesday practice. And so, I mean, it's a slight adjustment, but not a hard adjustment when the kids are, in tune with our weekly schedule.
We know Connor is extremely talented. There's a lot of talented freshmen on this team. If they weren't talented, they wouldn't be playing, obviously. One that I felt stood out in the game last week was Gage Crenshaw. I absolutely love the way that he runs, and we talked about it on the broadcast against Vian, the way that he ran the football against Vian, regardless of whether during that time it was cleanup time or not. Do you feel like you'll see him with the football a little bit more, maybe against a team like Spiro?
Yeah, it really just comes down to the flow of the game and just where in the spots where he goes in, and but Gage is very talented and has really kind of come into his own and running the ball, and this is just his second year to play running back. So he's still, not just learning, our scheme, but learning the, kind of the art of playing running back. And he's just come so far in such a short amount of time. And I couldn't be more excited about the upside in the future that he has.
Now, offensively against Spiro, I would assume we're probably going to open up our playbook a little bit more. What do you think offensively we could possibly see a little bit more of this week?
Oh, as far as the playbook opening up, I mean, it really comes down to, just executing the base schemes that we do, and then, adding wrinkles here and there that kind of tie into, to what the kids know about what we do. So, the playbook opening up, I guess, is really always dependent upon execution in practice, and the guys just being more comfortable with what we're trying to accomplish. So there's going to be some things that we add this week, just like any other week, that we think gives us a chance to be successful against what Spiro does defensively. So I don't know if you'd say it's necessarily opening up,
right,
or just expanding a little bit, and just trying to put our guys in the most advantageous situations.
Offensively for Spiro, who are a couple of players that we need to look out for?
Their quarterback, number 14, is a really good player. He does a great job of extending plays and making plays with his leg. Number 1, a receiver, is a very talented player that has the ability to go the distance at any given time. And they've got a couple of other skilled kids that are very explosive. So we're going to have to do a good job of, just playing assignment football and making sure we fit where we're supposed to, and, just play with good technique.
Now, your wife, the coach of the softball team here for Atoka, they're building the softball field right now. How excited is she seeing the progress that's going on over there at the new location?
Oh, she's really excited. She can't wait to get those girls in there and get to work in what is going to be a phenomenal facility for those girls, and probably as good of a facility as you'll find in Class 3A softball.
Yeah, I think so too. I got to get both of y'all on at the same time for one of these coaches shows.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, well, I appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is our pregame coaches show here on KHKC. Stick around, more to come here on Wampus Cats Atoka on YouTube. Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. Wherever the road takes you, Chevy is ready to drive you forward with pure power unleashed in future-forward technology. Every path leads to new possibilities. Chevy drives Texas. Together, let's drive.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021. Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Thursday night football here in Atoka, Oklahoma. We are set for a pink out game for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we do want to step aside just 2 seconds before we start today's match to say join the fight this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wear pink, spread hope, and support early detection to save lives. And with it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we've got the pink logos for tonight's scoreboard itself, and we've got an exciting matchup as the Wampus Cats taking on Spiro. We've got 12 minutes on the clock, and Kaylin, beautiful night for football. Let's get it started.
Couldn't ask for a better evening. Spiro did win the coin toss. They are going to elect to receive.
And Atoka with a big opportunity to win here tonight. They'll look to do so on their home field, and they'll have this ball lined up to the left side hash, and it is a deep kick. It hits the 19-yard line, picked up at the 12, and Atoka all in the backfield, whistles blowing, and Atoka looks good here on special teams to start off.
Yeah, they're pinning Spiro deep
at the 15-yard line.
Early here, right there at the beginning of the game. They're going to spot the ball at the 15-yard line to begin tonight's matchup.
So the Wampus Cats will come out on defense, and maybe we'll get the camera. There it goes. Addison Williams, of course, we've had her running camera for a while now, and she does such an amazing job. Here's the snap. Spiro, their first offensive play of the game, and they are pushed back into the backfield, and a loss on the play. Look at the pursuit there. Here's the snap. Spiro, their first offensive play of the game. They have to fix that replay.
Yeah, that was a great job by Atoka's defense. Spiro losing 6 yards on that last play as they come back up to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 16 as it's going to be a handoff to Spiro's tailback.
Goes the fullback. No gain on the play.
I believe Spiro's tailback is going to be Josh Collins. So still going to be 2nd and 16 for the Bulldogs. Atoka's defense looking to get a 3 and out here on this first offensive possession for Spiro. And here's your snap as the quarterback looks back to pass. And almost picked off.
And they throw flags on it. They're going to get Brody Conyard with pass interference. He put his hand out on it. Let me see if I can get a look at that so you can see where the pass interference actually took place at.
Boy, I don't know about that, Michael.
Let's go back and look at it. Here's the play. Okay. And there's the hand maybe right there. Nah, yeah, I agree. That's not a good call.
Penalty takes the ball to the 25.
Well, the Spiro Bulldogs are going to pick up a 1st and 10 off that pass interference call with the ball placed on the 25-yard line with the quarterback under center. Here's the snap, and as it's a handoff, and the ball is loose.
Ball comes out.
And it is recovered by number 24, Brock Smith.
Let's look at that play one more time. There's the ball out right there. And then picking it up is the Wampus Cats. And that was number 24, Brock Smith. Boy, we gave him a lot of love last week, and he's coming out in this game and already a fumble recovery.
Yeah, Brock.
And of course, what about that hit, too?
Yeah, Brock has had a really tremendous year this year. He's been playing good football on both sides.
You got to give appreciation to the initial tackle. And the Wampus Cats will come out on offense for the first time here tonight with great field position. The ball spotted at the 37. Here's the handoff, and McCall is tripped up in the backfield, grabbed by the shoestring, and is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Maya gained about a yard, maybe 2 on the play, just depending on the spot, and I think it's going to be right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, you know, I really hope to see double duties being pulled at that running back position tonight by Wade McCall and Gage Crenshaw. Gage getting a chance to kind of handle the football last week, and I really liked what I saw from Gage.
Love the way he runs. I love the way Will does, and I think he gives Will a little bit of a break back there, especially playing both sides of the ball. And they're going to come out with a shotgun formation here. No running back in the backfield, and the pass is down the middle and caught at the 10-yard line. 5 touchdown Wampus Cats. That is Case Horton. Beautiful pass that time by Connor Ritchie into Case Horton. By the way, was wide open around the 17-yard line, and a tremendous pass, a great catch, and Atoka goes up with their first score of the game.
Yeah, Connor Ritchie hitting Case Horton, who was running free down the middle, ended up beating that cornerback at the Spiro Bulldogs and able to put 6 points on the board as Atoka scores first here tonight with 9 minutes and 46 seconds left here in this game. And here's your extra point, and the point is good.
Point's good. And as we go back, look at that play right there. Look at the pass. Wide open. And takes it down 7-0. Atoka on top. We'll be right back.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Need your land cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, fill dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat Athletics.
7-0 is our score here on KHKC 102.1 FM. Our video presentation brought to you by Steubenville Ford of Atoka. And the kickoff return goes back into the end zone for a touchback. Now Spiro will try to take over after fumbling on their first possession of the game. And you might have heard Kaylin and I talking during the break there. Sometimes I'm not very smart, forget to mute my mic. It's a good thing we don't say anything bad ever. You know?
I don't have anything negative to say, but I will elaborate on what I was saying. It does take just a second to kind of get your head wrapped around, you know, focusing in on this football game and you know, just having a sense of direction sometimes. So,
pink out game here tonight as Atoka is raising awareness for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Spiro will have the ball at the 20-yard line. And the quarterback keeps it. And there's flags. By the way, you'll see the pink flags tonight, not the yellow flags.
Yeah, they're going to catch. They're going to catch number 27, Brody Kynyard. My apologies. Brody Kynyard with a personal foul.
We're a few games in, Kaylin. You got to get that one right, man.
Well, we had that discussion last week about the pronunciation of his last name.
And I'm still sure I haven't said it right. I asked, but I've gotten so many examples of it that, you know, at some point, just he's got to accept the name change. Just kidding. Absolutely joking. All right, here we go. Second down and 10, I believe, here for Spiro, and we've got flags already out on the field. I think this is going to go against Spiro.
False start against the Bulldogs.
And it does. By the way, it was family night in Atoka. Family night didn't end until 7 o'clock, so I'm sure we'll see some late stragglers into the football game here tonight. As I got here early and the stands were just absolutely empty, it looked like, and now it's starting to fill up here on the home side at least. And we've got a third down play or a second down play. And I want to say it's second down and 15.
Boy, Spiro having a really hard time handling that snap. Maybe something to think about going to a shotgun formation to try and correct that problem that they're having. But nonetheless, it's Spiro's football. Ball is placed on 25-yard line. It is 2nd and 14.
Braden Hammondtree is the quarterback here for Spiro, and this is a deep pass down the field at about the 46-yard line and is tipped out of the way, so an incomplete pass. And again, that's Brock Smith on the deflection, and he's already coming out and having a heck of a game defensively.
Yeah, Brock has been playing excellent football this season. He's going to be we're hoping he's going to be a returning starter for next season, as he is a key player here on this Wampus Cat football team.
So we got a third down situation with 8:55 remaining here in the first quarter, and they're going to sweep this one out right side of the field and then just absolutely surrounded. Wade McCall in there. Had some help from a few others. Brody Kynyard there as well.
Yeah, Chris Finley in on the tackle as well.
Tell you what, that's the guy we don't talk enough about, I feel like, is Chris Finley. He is such an incredible player there on the interior for the Wampus Cats. Just a junior, so you'll get him back next season as well. So far, Atoka playing very well here against Spiro as it's 4th down and looking to punt. As Spiro will punt this one away. It is not a clean kick and goes out of bounds near the 34-yard line. They're actually going to give a generous spot, it looks like, to Spiro and put this one at about the 36-yard line. And so Atoka already in plus territory to start this drive. That's a position you want to be in. You haven't had a chance against teams like Valiant, Vian, who do a lot of things on special teams the right way. And so you already start off in plus territory twice here to start this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult playing the number 1 team in our district and then following
number 1
up.
team in the state.
Following that up with the number 2 team in the district back-to-back. So
Atoka will have this one again in plus territory. 7-0 is the score. Atoka on top. 3 running backs in the backfield. And this is going to be a quarterback keeper up to the 20-10. No one's going to catch him. I lied. They got him down at the 3-yard line. I thought he had space there from this angle. And Connor Ritchie just busting out a huge play, diving down inside the 3-yard line. What a play there by the young freshman.
Yeah, the touchdown saving tackle by Demarion Watson of the Spiro Bulldogs. Watson saying, "Not so fast, my friend."
All right, Lee Corso. Shotgun inside. And another guy I like to see them handing the ball off to. Maybe they heard my broadcast talking about how we wanted to see Tegan Richardson have that ball there in the fullback position. They're doing that the last couple of games. He's had some good touches and has had some great blocks through the course of that time as well.
Yeah, seeing Tegan in the backfield, Gage Crenshaw in the backfield, I really hope to see Gage get some PT tonight.
And it'll be a quarterback keeper off to the left side, to the races, and another Wampus Cat touchdown. Let's take one more look at that. There it is, Connor Ritchie. Beautifully done, and the Wampus Cats are going to have this one called back.
Yeah, just an unfortunate penalty there for the Wampus Cats. I believe it was called on number 51, Lucas Johnson, the sophomore for Atoka, and that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, which is going to back Atoka up to roughly the 15-yard line. So still in the red zone here in the first quarter for Atoka. 7 minutes and 22 seconds left to play here in the first quarter as Atoka is lined up in a shotgun formation. As here's the snap of the quarterback keeper, Connor Ritchie, keeping it 5-10, touchdown.
Just give me the ball. Let me take it the other direction. Look how easy it is here for Connor Ritchie, the freshman, getting another touchdown on the board here for the Wampus Cats tonight. Big-time score, and the Wampus Cats take a 13-0 lead.
So we're seeing another tremendous performance here tonight by Connor Ritchie, the freshman quarterback of Atoka, as the extra point is good for Atoka.
In the first quarter, Spiro 0.
Yep, 14-0, 6:52 still remaining here in the first quarter. We'll be back here on KHKC.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Make sure you don't get.
Dad's trying.
Go ahead. Dad's trying to what?
Dad's trying to text me, and I'm kind of like busy.
Doing the game. 14-0 is our score. The Wampus Cats. I say, if you're going to get photos of me when I'm not looking, don't get my fat side.
Well, I had permission from your agent, so everything is clear.
My agent. Oh, my goodness. Atoka on top, 14-0, 4:48. Still remaining in the first quarter, and the Wampus Cats on a roll here against Spiro early. And prior to the game itself, a lot of the freshmen, we got a lot of freshmen playing tonight's game. The freshman class actually out on the bounce houses tonight. And prior to the game, having a great time. There's a photo right there for you to see as they were living it up prior to today's game. So a first down and 10. Spiro with the football at the 39. They're going to hand this one off and caught at the line of scrimmage. Wampus Cats everywhere in the backfield, and right now the defense looking mighty fine. There is making a tackle was 54 Chris Finley.
It brings up second down.
I really like the intensity that Finley plays with. He plays the game how it's supposed to be played.
So second down and 10 to go. Technically, I guess it's second down and 9. And Spiro will hand this one off. Cuts up to the corner of the 40-yard line and is brought down by Wade McCall. And, boy, he is having a night tonight. Lots of intensity there on that play.
Number 7, Wade McCall. That'll bring up third down.
Wade McCall playing that linebacker position to a T here this evening. Wade does a real good job at that outside linebacker position, along with Tegan Richardson on the outside right.
And we talked about that with Wade playing two ways. And, you know, having a guy like Gage Crenshaw as a freshman, you've got a lot of confidence in. And we got an interception. Horton on the interception up to the 50-yard line, to the 40. And big hit there, and flags going out everywhere. They're going to say this is a late hit. We're going to take a look at this one more time. Let's look at this hit right here. Kaylin, take a look at the screen. Here's where Horton comes through, and now here's the hit right there.
I'm sorry, that's clean. That's clean football. If they're going to get him for a late hit, it's by a yard.
That is absolutely insane. That is a clean hit. Clean hit.
Nonetheless, Case Horton getting the interception. So, at the spot.
Let's take a look at this one more time while they set up. Here's the hit.
But they will retain possession on the interception. First down.
That's a clean. Man, dude, that is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a good clean hit to me, but it may have looked a little bit different to the referees down there on the field. But Atoka coming up with the interception is going to take possession of the ball with a 1st and 10, ball placed on the 46th-yard line as Connor Ritchie is looking deep back to pass for his wide receiver, number 13, Malachi Brooks, as it is going to fall incomplete. Brooks in double coverage there, so unable to come up with that reception, as Atoka is going to look at a 2nd and 10 opportunity now. Ball still placed on the 47-yard line.
I'm still upset about that flag that Chris Finley got. Now running up the middle is Wade McCall. I don't think I've ever been that homer on a broadcast in all my years. And on that play, I was just absolutely livid.
It's 3rd down.
It looked like good, clean football to me, but yet again, the officials on the field saw it differently. So we're going to respect the white hat and carry on. Atoka still with the football here. Ball placed at the 50-yard line as the ball is snapped. Connor Ritchie is going to keep it, and he's taking off downfield, picking up big yardage. 20, 10. No one stopping him. Touchdown, Connor Ritchie.
Connor Ritchie on the keeper.
Connor Ritchie on a big run right there. Huge run from, really, what was it, the 50-yard line?
That was a 50-yard rushing touchdown by number 17, Connor Ritchie. Boy, the speed that he turned on as he headed towards the end zone.
Well, I think Connor's already made his case for Player of the Week. Don't you think?
You bet. As the extra point is good, you're scored. Atoka 21, Spiro 0. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to play here at Atoka Wampus Cat Stadium.
Still plenty of time. 4:09. We'll be back.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
Welcome back to KHKC 102.1 FM. Atoka on top currently, 21-0 against Spiro. Big game already here in the books for the Wampus Cats as we've got 4:09 still remaining on a pink out night in Atoka. Your video presentation brought to you by Steubenville Ford of Atoka. But again, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we just want to step aside to say join the fight this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wear pink, spread hope, and support early detection to save lives. And the Wampus Cats will have the football, and they'll be kicking it off to Spiro, who is trying to find some sort of hope here on the offensive side of the ball, as it is caught on the ground and recovered at the 40-yard line, and that is where Spiro will take over, really their best field position of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. Spiro bringing the ball up to the, looks to be the 41-yard line. So not bad starting field position for Spiro here, and they've been struggling on offense with, getting the snap off clean. They've had some fumbles. So,
tell you what, Atoka has looked really good here tonight. Connor Ritchie, 36-yard touchdown pass to Case Horton, who has had a couple of big plays here tonight. A 25-yard touchdown run there for Connor Ritchie. A 50-yard run and touchdown for Ritchie as well. Having a great night here with 21 points on the board in the first quarter. Handoff, left side, cutting up into the defense, and down Traven Alaya, the senior, standing at 5'7" and 155 pounds as the running back. Picks up about 2 to 3 yards on the play, and it'll bring up second down.
Spiro still looking to establish their run game here. Having difficulty doing so against that Atoka Wampus Cat defense.
Again, we go back to a couple of those early plays, and we're going to have a handoff here up the middle. It would be an illegal blindside hit if it was from the blind side, but it came from the front.
And it is third down.
And that's the reason why I disagreed with the call.
Yeah, it wasn't a block in the back. It wasn't.
Close. It was close. I will say that.
Very close.
I didn't feel that was truly a blindside hit, although I do respect the comment there on our YouTube feed.
That's what we call a pancake. Chris Finley's serving up pancakes in Atoka.
2:40 remaining here on the clock, and they're going to sweep this one out to the 40-yard line and cuts up to about the 44.
Goes to the running back. Gain of 2 on the play.
It appears to be number 5, Traven Alaya.
On the field for an injured player.
Is slow to get up on that last running play. I did see him get tackled, and he did go down in kind of a weird fashion per se.
Never like to see anyone get hurt, so we hope he's okay. Obviously looks like he's in a lot of pain. I don't know if he maybe got the air knocked out of him. They are trying to get him up, so while we wait, we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
Welcome back into KHKC 102.1 FM. Michael Gabbard, Kalen Nagorski on tonight's call as Spiro helping their injured player off the field, was able to walk off on his own. That's always a good sign. We're glad to see that nobody was seriously injured. And our score is 21-0 with 2:20 remaining in the first quarter. Spiro with best field position of the night, but it is 4th down. So we'll see if they decide to go for it or punt it away, and it looks like to bring the punting team on.
Spiro in no hurry as the play clock is down to 6 seconds.
It is not a punt. They are going for it here on 4th down. They're going to look to pass, and it's intercepted. Caught at the 50-yard line, pushed up to about the 46, and that was Gage Crenshaw, I believe, on the interception. Very nicely done. See if we can pull this back up.
Yeah, Gage said, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
There you go. There's the interception right there. Yes, Gabe Crenshaw. It's been great running the football. Now it has an interception here tonight. And the Wampus Cats will have the ball at the 47-yard line in shotgun, left side hash. 3 wide receivers set right. Ritchie looking to pass down the field, wide open, caught, and that is Javen. And it's in for a score. 47 yards for Pater, and a big-time catch there by Javen Keaton to get open, and another touchdown pass by Connor Ritchie.
Yeah, Atoka had Keaton lined up to the outside on a one-on-one matchup here on closest to the left hash, and he was able to run a 15-yard post route just right behind the linebackers and in front of the free safety, and then he turned on the afterburners and took one to the house.
And the kick is up, and the kick is good. Our score 28-0 here in Atoka. Atoka on top. We'll be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM.
There's something about Texas and Chevy. The Colorado, the Silverado 1500, the Silverado HD, and the Silverado EV. A Chevy lineup designed to tackle what Texans take on every day.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, Texas residents can get $3,000 bonus cash on Silverado LT models.
Dramatic.
His name's all over my stat sheet.
We're back, and our score 28-0. Yeah, he's been phenomenal here tonight.
Yeah,
we look at that, 47 yards on that touchdown pass and catch. Javen Keaton on the catch. 50-yard run and touchdown for Connor. 25-yard touchdown run for Connor. A 36-yard touchdown from Connor to Horton. It's been a pretty good night there for Connor Ritchie so far in a 28-0 lead.
Kickoff is returned by the Bulldogs.
Our special teams unit looking really well tonight. Our kicker, Timothy Wingo, the junior, doing an awesome job at that kicker spot. He's got a good leg on him. He really does. Still have my fingers crossed to see Crenshaw carry the ball a little bit, Mike.
Yeah. What do you got for football this weekend on a Saturday?
Nebraska is going to be hosting Northwestern, so it's going to be a pretty tough matchup in Lincoln.
We're going to have a stoppage flag on the play, 134. Oklahoma taking on Ole Miss. That should be a good game. I mean, obviously, it's playoff implications for both teams. And Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin earlier this week talking about Brent Venables and the defense and saying they do a very good job of stealing signs. So we'll see how that plays out. Here's a handoff, and in the backfield, just nowhere to go. And I tell you what, that was Very good pursuit. In the backfield was number 51, Lucas Johnson.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, our defensive linemen
Second down.
are doing an awesome job so far this evening. Lucas Johnson, Chris Finley, Roper Rector, all up front. Digging in the trenches. Getting in the backfield, causing disruptions. As Spiro comes under center with the 2nd and 16 as they're going to hand it off with a run up the middle, picking up 5 yards.
Big hit. I think the initial hit was by Trace Jackson. Was it not, or was that McCall? I couldn't tell. I think it was actually McCall on the initial hit. But 33 seconds remaining. It's a 3rd down now for Spiro. They have had good field position the last couple of possessions up until recently, and they've got a long way to go here. They've got to get all the way up to the 34-yard line with the ball spotted at the 20. Handoff in the backfield, nowhere to go. Is the ball out? That's the question. And stopped in the backfield that time. What was that? Number 29, I believe, was on the stop. Jay Smith. And that's the end of our first quarter, 28-0. Atoka on top in Atoka. We'll be back on KHKC 102.1 FM.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
28-10 or to nothing is our score at the current moment, with 12 minutes on the clock here in the first half as we head into the second quarter of action. And Atoka leading big at the current moment. It's been a very good game for the Wampus Cats as Spiro set to punt this one away, and it rolls out of bounds at the 30 or the 42-yard line. And actually, they're going to spot this maybe a yard ahead of where I thought it initially went out, so it'll go at the 43.
On 4th down.
Again, we talked about these two teams and when they've met. And we go back, the very first meeting between these two was back in 2000 when, of course, my brother and a lot of those guys played, and they lost to Spiro in that first matchup, and it was 32-7. I want to say that was in playoffs as well, on the road. The next year, Atoka goes and plays Spiro again, 38-21. That's the only win Atoka has had against Spiro since these two teams have started meeting one another. And Atoka looking to get their first win since that time here tonight, and they've got a big lead, 28-0. Handoff, McCall spins around off a tackle and now moves to the painted numbers of the 30 up to the 20 and goes out of bounds. Very good run there by the senior.
Forced out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and that's enough for a Wampus Cat first
Big run
down
for Wade McCall. His biggest run in a few games now, is defenses have really honed in on him through the course of the season after having a couple of really great first games. Of course, he's an amazing defensive player for the Wampus Cats, but the offense really ran through him, and Case Horton right now is just has had a great game. Connor Ritchie with the football here has had an amazing, spectacular game for the Wampus Cats.
Gain of 7.
Yeah, Chris Finley has been having a great game thus far tonight as well. Finley was the lead blocker for Wade's last large rushing pickup here that's brought them into the red zone.
Shotgun formation. Connor kicks it. Caught. Line of scrimmage. And on the reception was Brock Smith. No gain on the play. They may have maybe have picked up about an inch. So now you're faced with a third down. You've got to get the ball to the 8-yard line. Shotgun, looking to pass, throws this one to the end zone, all alone, and caught for the touchdown. Tegan Richardson from Connor Ritchie in another touchdown pass by the young freshman.
Yeah, that's going to be a broken defensive coverage by Spiro, as Richardson was sitting in the end zone all alone.
Another great play offensively here for the Wampus Cats, and all because of the arm here of Connor Ritchie. The punt or the kick is blocked and is no good. We'll keep it here for just a minute. 34-0 is our score.
49 seconds left in the second
Wampus Cats with a big lead as we've just got 9:48 remaining here in the first half. And as we look at this, again, a 36-yard touchdown from Connor Ritchie to Horton and a 25-yard running touchdown from Connor Ritchie. Horton had that interception as well. Connor Ritchie on that 50-yard touchdown run. Interception from Crenshaw earlier in the game. 47-yard touchdown from Connor Ritchie to Javen Keaton. And then an 18-yard touchdown from Connor to Richardson.
Yeah, they have Spiro has number 14 Hayden Reed listed as the quarterback here on their roster. And I don't think that's who is commanding their offense here tonight. Nonetheless, their quarterback, as he drops back to pass, he's just hanging that ball real high in the air and giving Atoka plenty of time to go and make a play on the football.
Pink out night here at Wampus Cat Stadium. And Atoka on top 34-0. Here's the kick. It's high and caught at the 30-yard line. And good defensive pursuit here on special teams. Nowhere to go with the football. And coming in and slowing down the reception was number 19, Gage Crenshaw, getting there and slowing down the runner. So only about 2 yards on the punt or the kick return. Tell you what, from what we've seen at the beginning of the year from this young freshman class to what we're seeing on the field week after week, the last 3 weeks, the resiliency hasn't come with a lot of wins, but you've seen them grow in those moments. They've done a tremendous job. And when we talk about the playmakers in tonight's game, I mean, it's freshmen across the board outside of maybe a couple of runs there by Wade McCall and that touchdown catch by Javen Keaton. You know, Richardson had a great touchdown catch there as well, but it has been the freshmen for the most part tonight.
Yeah, it has. A lot of exciting things to come here in the future with this freshman class here on this Atoka football team. Just the amount of talent that this freshman class brings, you can't help but be excited for what's to come with, you know, Coach Ring at the helm and just the talent that he has to work with here to help them grow.
And again, it's on a Thursday night. All these kids, they're going to have school tomorrow. We have work. You know, you're hoping it's not going to be in a tremendously late night, but at the same token, you're glad to see as the ball goes on the ground, rolling left side and knocked near the 39-yard line, just nowhere to go after fumbling the football, was Braden Hammondtree. I will say, though, David Hogan, had a chance to talk with him a few times. Head coach for Spiro, great guy, very intelligent football mind. And, nobody likes to see their team struggle to win football games. Atoka's had kind of the same issue this year, again, with young talent. Spiro kind of dealing with the same thing as well. And, when you look at these two teams, where they're at currently, Atoka's set up for a lot of success in the next couple of years as some of these young cats start to emerge within the new offense, the new defense, new head coaching staff this year, and, a new look, if you will, because last year you lose a lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of talent graduated last year. So Spiro with the football, is this going to be a quarterback keeper? And as he keeps it, rolls out to the right, and he is going to be stopped as he picks up roughly 3 yards on that rushing play. So Spiro going to be faced with a 3rd and 6 as they are going to spot the ball at the 46-yard line.
8:04 remaining on the clock. Again, 34-0 is our current score. We'll take a look at some of those scores around the league here in just a few minutes as we've got a second down play for the Bulldogs. Ball is going to be spotted at the 46, under center, and it's a handoff. Right side, slows down, cuts up to the 50-yard line, may have the first down. And on the run is Josh Collins, the 5'7", 165-pound sophomore.
Takes the ball to the 48-yard line. And it is 3rd down.
So they're going to say that it is shy of the first down, but not by much. Just inches. We all know they're going to say it's about a yard. So 3rd down and close to 1 here with 6:52 remaining on the clock here in the first half. Under center, handoff up the middle to the fullback. It's enough for the first down, and so Spiro will move the chains.
So Spiro's offense getting some traction here.
6-yard line.
As there's 6 minutes and 44 seconds
for the Bulldogs
here in the second quarter.
Looks like Wilburton Vian. I don't think they've moved their game. At least it doesn't show any updates on the score here so far. We'll get you updated on a couple of those. Valiant right now on top of Morris, 22-0 in the second. And we've got a stoppage on the play and a timeout called
by the Bulldogs.
So with that timeout, we'll take a quick timeout as well. It is KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
My name is Judy Wheeler. I had a tooth pulled, and I didn't realize how valuable that tooth was till I couldn't chew on that side anymore. And Dr. Holcomb pulled that tooth for me, and then a short time later, I came back to work with the lady on the financing. There was no stress, there was no pressure, there was no anything. It's just, this is what's available, and y'all can work it out the way that works for you. And we were able to work out a plan that everything just went like clockwork. Now I can chew again on that side.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
There is a penalty flag.
All right, so the pass is incomplete. We'll have a penalty play. They're going to call pass interference during the timeout. So we'll see a first down for Spiro, and it'll move the chains into plus territory as they'll spot this ball at about the 31-yard line. So far, a great game offensively, defensively for the Wampus Cats. They've looked good on special teams as well. It's been a complete game in the first half. You still got 6:09 remaining, so the game is not over at this moment, but you feel real comfortable if you're the Wampus Cats, but you still don't want to let off the gas right now with 6:09 remaining in the first half. Handoff, caught, no gain on the play.
Handoff goes to the running back.
And the defense tonight has really just been swarming all over the field.
Yeah, that was great pursuit by number 13, Malachi Brooks. As the runner attempted to bounce it to the outside, Brooks able to run him down, keeping Spiro at a 2nd and 12. As they come back up to the line.
5:28 remaining. And here is the pass. Looking to go deep right side and just underthrows the intended wide receiver. He was trying to get it somewhere in the vicinity of Hayden Reed. And it falls short, so that's going to bring up third down here and long for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs are playing number 6, Braden Hammondtree, at quarterback tonight. To correct myself from an earlier statement, as they had Hayden Reed, number 14, listed as their QB. But as I said, number 6, Hammondtree, leading the Bulldogs on offense tonight.
Third down. They're going to hand this one off in the backfield and hit big. They're inside, and now we got flags once again on the field. The run was Gabe Ward, the senior. We're going to see a personal foul, face mask against the defense.
Face mask against the Wampus Cats.
And so that should give an automatic first down.
Yeah, an unfortunate penalty by the Wampus Cats here is Spiro's offense gaining traction here late to mid-second quarter, as they're going to move the chains. They're going to spot the ball now inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
And it is first down for the Bulldogs.
One thing Atoka can't do is beat themselves with penalties.
And here's the handoff once again. As soon as he grabs the handoff, he is stuffed in the backfield. Getting back there that time, I believe, was number 29. That's Jay Smith, who has had a great game here tonight as well. Made a couple of big plays already. Another freshman.
Yeah, I think that was back-to-back tackles for Jay Smith.
I mean, we talked to Luke Ring this week. You got to think, there's 8 freshmen starting, either on offense or defense for the Wampus Cats this season. It's just unheard of.
Yeah, in varsity football, absolutely.
I mean, you've got to think 90% of teams across Oklahoma don't even play their freshmen.
No.
Across the country, they don't play freshmen. And if they do, they're a spectacular specimen that you just can't keep off the field. And we've got 8 out on the field typically during the course of a ball game. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And a handoff cuts up right side towards the painted numbers of the 10-yard line and gets it to about the 9. And that time the run is credited to Gabe Ward, the senior. And on the initial tackle for the Wampus Cats was Brock Smith.
Yeah, you know, Michael, you were talking about the amount of freshmen that we start. What you can only hope for is that this group sticks together and they continue to return, every single one of them, and build and grow and learn together.
You know, it's kind of like and I'll get to this in a second. And the ball is on the ground. nowhere to go with the football and just scooping it up and trying to make something happen is Hammondtree. You know, growing up, and I've seen this over the course of the last few years, there's really been one exception to the rule, and that was the Elder Richies class in football. They stayed together. They played all the way through high school together. A lot of great players came out of that. But, you know, going back, let's just say to my years, we had 7 or 8 guys that played together all the way up until about the sophomore year. And then come my senior year, I'm the only senior out on the football field. So you hope that these kids will stay together, continue to grow together, and have success. And that's the only way is when they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that's what Coach Ring and his assistants want as well. As we swap some positions here on defense.
Braylon Granger coming out, number 78.
Got Chris Finley coming in.
That's a
number
big
78,
kid.
Braylon Granger coming in. Braylon Granger's a monster, man.
He's a freshman.
He's a monster.
And caught in the backfield once again. Tell you what, this defense has played exceptionally well here tonight. And another loss in the backfield, and that time making the tackle was Billy Bray.
Yeah, I think 54 Chris Finley was back there on the initial contact as well. And it appears that Spiro is going to take a timeout.
Good timeout there called by their coaching staff, led by David Hogan. Step aside, we'll take a look at some of the scores here around 2A2 at the current moment. The number 1 ranked team, Adair versus Keys tonight. They are up 28-14. Valiant in our district is up 30-0 against Morris at the current moment. Davis with an 8-0 lead in the first quarter, it shows, against an 0-5 Comanche. So maybe struggling a little bit there, or they haven't updated the score. It's hard to tell at this current moment. Meeker and Newkirk 16-6. Meeker on top at the current moment. Holdenville, the number 3 ranked team in class 2A2, is up on Community Christian 14-0 at the current moment. No update to Wilburton Valiant. I hadn't even checked to make sure that game is going on tonight, not tomorrow. But the big one is Antlers. We talked about maybe an upset coming from there. It's 16-7. Antlers on top at the current moment.
Yeah, right now it's in the process.
So we'll see how that game turns out. That's a big one for Antlers in district play. So as we move back into gameplay, it's 1:44 remaining here. Atoka with a 34-0 lead, but Spiro threatening in the red zone at the 5-yard line. Handoff up the middle, drives his way in for the touchdown. Did they give it to him? They did. And that time the run was credited to number 43 of the offense, and that's Braxton Sapp on the touchdown.
So the time of possession that Spiro had on that last offensive drive, I don't have an official time of possession, but I can assure you it was every bit of probably 5 minutes on the game clock, if not 6.
At least 6 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, so a long scoring drive for the Spiro Bulldogs as they attempt the extra point. Play clock ticking down 2-1 as they do get the kickoff, and the extra point is blocked. So that is going to leave your score with Atoka 34, Spiro 6.
We'll be back here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
Welcome back to Atoka. Our score is 34-6. The Wampus Cats on top of Spiro at home. And here's the kick after the successful touchdown drive by the Bulldogs. Caught at the 37-yard line and pushes his way up past the 40. And so great field position to start here on this offensive possession for the Wampus Cats. And Kalen, we go back to the first half so far. We've got a minute 33 and maybe try to take a shot at it right here with 1:33 remaining. You've seen a lot of success from Connor Ritchie through the air against this Spiro defense. But with that being said, how about Connor Ritchie tonight?
Yeah, looking at my stat sheet for the first half of this football game, it's got Connor Ritchie's name plastered all over it. He's having a breakout night. Just a great performance at that quarterback spot.
And we've got a handoff, a little sweet play out to McCall, who punches his way past the 40 into the 30. And that was a slow play, slow developing play. Take a look at it one more time. It finds the great blocks there. And the camera lady having a hard time keeping up with the speed of McCall on that play as well. So a good run there by McCall. We've seen a couple there. You might see him get into the end zone tonight. Maybe they'll try to hand it to him here with 1:17 remaining. And here's another handoff to McCall. Punches it right side. Gets past a couple, and there it is. Somebody called it. And another touchdown for the Wampus Cats. This time, Wade McCall on the run.
Wade McCall putting another 6 points on the board for your Wampus Cats here tonight with a 20-yard rushing touchdown. We saw a little bit of hurry-up offense by the Wampus Cats. Always good to see them sticking with their 2-minute drill.
Yeah, and I like to see them hand that off to Wade as well. He's a guy who has just been an absolute workhorse for you this season. Hasn't seen the end zone a whole lot so far. And good to get the ball into his hands and see him make two really big plays.
Atoka is lined up for the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
41-6. We'll take a look at that play by Wade McCall, an 18-yard run. Here it is. Is breaking one tackle, pushes his way into the end zone. Great job there by the offense. We'll take a break. It's KHKC 102.1 FM.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
Downtown Atoka just got a little bit cooler. Welcome to the barber shop. We're talking crisp fades, sharp cuts, and hot towel shaves that just hit different. Need a break? Grab a seat and enjoy a complimentary beverage while you relax. For men, for women, for anyone who wants to look fresh, this is your spot. The barber shop, downtown Atoka. Now that's cuts served neat.
Welcome back to KHKC 102.1 FM. This is part of the Ion Sports Network still, as the Wampus Cats on top 41-6. And after the kick return, the Wampus Cats leading big right now, again against Spiro, trying to get their second win of the season. Spiro still looking for their first win, and a tough one here tonight as they trail big with just a minute 9 seconds remaining here in the second quarter of play, right before we get into halftime. And again, it is Pink Out Night in Atoka, so breast cancer awareness, not a joke whatsoever. Join the fight this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wear pink, spread hope, and support early detection to save lives. Spiro will have the football at the 25-yard line. 2 running back set, handoff to the fullback, and then brought down. That was number 3, Sir Thomas. Or no, that was number 43. I take that back. Braxton Sapp picks up a couple of yards. And it looks like Spiro is just going to try to run this one out. We'll see here. 38 seconds remaining. Atoka has played very well here. We'll talk about some of the keys of the first half and what we could expect to see in the second half. Another great space tackle there by the Wampus Cats by Malachi Brooks, who, by the way, is back this week. We haven't really called his name too much here tonight. An exceptional wide receiver, a good defensive back for the Wampus Cats as well, and we'll see him in the game a little bit more as time kind of goes on, but a little time there. Now we end the first half, and again, it's 41-6 at the current moment. We'll actually take a look at some of the scores one more time to see if any of those updated whatsoever. So give me just a second.
Marching band.
All right, taking a look at some of the updated scores here. Holdenville right now in a tight one with Community Christian 14-7 at the current moment before this one hits halftime. And Community Christian just 2-4 on the year. Holdenville undefeated, standing at that number 3 spot in Class 2A2. That Antlers Henrietta game is the one we're looking at right now. Antlers currently on top 16-7 against Henrietta. What does that mean? That's big in the rankings right now for Antlers. Antlers is sitting 3rd from last, just right above Atoka, and that would place them up above Morris more than likely, depending on how that game goes later on for Morris tonight. But as we look at the Morris game, it's not looking pretty as Valiant's on top of Morris 37-0 at the current moment. Kellyville on top of Alva 14-6. Tishomingo, that game has not started. I don't even think that they moved that game. I'll take a look at some of those here in just a short bit. I know a lot of games across the Texoma area have changed, but that's just a quick look at some of those scores. Davis still on top of Comanche 8-0. Which Comanche 0-5. That's a tough, close game right now. Surprising to see the number 7 team in the state and the defending state champions struggling against Comanche at the current second. So we'll take a quick commercial break. It is KHKC 102.1 FM. It is 41-6. The Wampus Cats on top of Spiro at the current moment, and we'll be right back.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Downtown Atoka just got a little bit cooler. Welcome to the barber shop. We're talking crisp fades, sharp cuts, and hot towel shaves that just hit different. Need a break? Grab a seat and enjoy a complimentary beverage while you relax. For men, for women, for anyone who wants to look fresh, this is your spot. The Barber Shop, downtown Atoka. Now that's cuts served neat.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up, downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed, or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
There I was, driving through town when bam! Tire pops, keys lock themselves inside, and the truck slides halfway into a ditch. Lucky for me, I know a number, 364-4813. Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. They show up faster than a raccoon on a corn dog. Pull me out, fix my flat, pop the lock, and the price, life-saving. So when your ride goes kaplunk, call Hatter Boys at 364-4813. Hatter Boys Wrecker Service. Turning roadside whoopsies into yeehaws.
The RX Shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
Need your lane cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, fill dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat Athletics.
Welcome back to Atoka Wampus Cat Stadium, where it is currently halftime. Your score, Atoka 41, Spiro 6. And if you're an Atoka fan, you couldn't be more happy with the performance of your Wampus Cats here in this first half of tonight's game. Looking at the stat sheet here for the first half, just a lot of tremendous things taking place on the field here tonight. And several rushing touchdowns. We've got interceptions. We've got a mix of all of it. Just to mention a few, there was a 36-yard touchdown from Connor Ritchie to Case Horton. There was also Connor Ritchie with a 25-yard touchdown, rushing touchdown of his own. Moving to the defensive side of the ball, Case Horton with an interception, giving the ball back to Atoka, which led to a 50-yard rushing touchdown by none other than your starting quarterback, Connor Ritchie. And, just taking a look here at the performance of the Wampus Cats here in the first half of this football game, just a lot of things to be proud of and some excitement to look forward to in the future. You know, we've had a tough schedule to say the least here in the 2025 season. In my personal opinion, you know, we started out the game in Ringling, moving on to week 2, playing Colgate here at home, and then fast forwarding to the past 2 weeks, Atoka facing the number 1 and number 2 top teams in District 2A2, and tonight facing their opponent Spiro. Spiro struggling to get their offensive firing. So far they've got 1 rushing touchdown, which was put in the end zone by number 43, Braxton Sapp, and thus far that is really the only momentum carrying Spiro here in the first half of this game here in Atoka. So Atoka getting a chance to get some reps in. They may make some changes, being that they're up a couple scores here. They're up a couple scores. They may be able to make some changes on offense. But nonetheless, looking forward to a solid second half here in Atoka, Oklahoma. We're going to head to a quick break, but when you come back, we will get ready and be prepared to kick this thing off for the second half right here on 102.1 KHKC.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Find the award-winning service you need with Logan Daniel in Atoka.
Step into luxury. Step into all prissied up. Downtown Atoka's beauty destination. Whether it's flawless extensions, a fresh cut, lashes that captivate, or makeup that turns every head, we bring out your best. Pamper yourself with pedicures, polish, and relax in our state-of-the-art stand-up tanning bed, or choose from many others for that perfect glow. Because beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. All prissied up, where elegance meets confidence.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome into KHKC 102.1 FM. This is The Brand. Michael Gabbard, Kaylin Nagorski. We are live on location at Atoka Wampus Cat Stadium, and the Wampus Cats on top 41-6 here at halftime. It has been a great game offensively, defensively, special teams. Atoka has played the full package here tonight. It's very exciting as they've got their biggest lead of the season. And very exciting, too, Kalen, because a lot of confidence has been built here in this game. We might see some of the secondary players coming in and those second-team units coming in to get some experience. And that's really what you like to see through the course of games, is getting those opportunities to get those younger guys out on the field, even though we're already running a ton of younger guys. But an exciting game nonetheless. Atoka on top 41-6. And it was really led by Connor Ritchie. Connor Ritchie has been absolutely phenomenal tonight. We talk about his touchdowns, a 36-yard touchdown to Horton, 25-yard rushing touchdown. What is that? He's got two, actually, worth 75 yards, believe it or not. And then passing-wise, I mean, he has just been unbelievable. Well over 200 yards. I don't have that stat here necessarily, but you do have the touchdowns. So I'm actually proud of you for that one, Kalen.
I'm trying to do a better job at keeping stats.
It is hard. It's not easy to do when you're doing a broadcast, so I will give you credit for that. But Connor Ritchie, again, phenomenal here tonight. Another case tonight, Case Horton, has been outstanding. A lot of guys that you can name off here tonight that have had complete games, I feel like, and we'll look forward to see some of those younger units coming out here in the second half.
Yeah, just going to some of the offensive linemen and defensive linemen. You know, we've called Chris Finley's number many a times tonight. Brock Smith still having a fantastic season, a great game here tonight against Spiro. Brody Kennard just doing a bang-up job on both sides of the football. I mean, they're just really a great performance by Atoka here this evening.
It really has been. Our halftime show is brought to you by Lucinda Holland and Farmer's Agent. And by the way, let me just say that in this first half of play, the one thing that I saw very successful was the pursuit to the football on the defensive side.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for any better performance out of the defense. Defense just not really giving up a whole lot. The Spiro's struggling to get their offense going here in this football game, with only posting 6 points this far in this game. But Atoka's defense doing a phenomenal job. Backers, our DBs, our D linemen, all doing a great job.
Again, your halftime show is presented to you by Farmers Insurance. Lucinda Holland out of Atoka. She's located at 146 West Court Street in Atoka, and she's always just a phone call away at 889-3347. And I've done a lot of work with Lucinda over the years. What an amazing human being, and again, a great insurance agent as well. We've got a little under 5 minutes to go before we start the second half. So far, again, it was Connor Ritchie and group on the offensive side that was phenomenal defensively. A couple of turnovers, a couple of interceptions, and some big runs. There were some questionable calls. Maybe it could have gone this way. Maybe it couldn't have gone that way. Doesn't matter. Regardless, Atoka with a big lead, 41-6. In the second half, as you look into this game going forward, what would you like to see the most?
I'm really looking forward to some of our second string, if you can even call it that. I really think it's just starters playing in different positions, but I've got really high hopes on seeing Crenshaw getting back there in that running back position and getting some more, just kind of getting more of a feel for it, some real game time experience, because that's what's most important going forward for this freshman class, is just all the experience that you can gather that they can take into the offseason. It puts it on film. It gives them something to study, and it gives them a lot of excitement and hope going into their sophomore year, as they're still going to be a young team. But that young team is going to have a tremendous amount of experience.
Next week you got a big matchup, and that one's going to be against Antlers. And I know Antlers just 2-4 on the year. I mean, you look at them in district play right now. It hasn't been phenomenal. They're sitting at 1-3. They've got us in points. But they're having a pretty good game here tonight. And if you haven't kept up with the score, it's now 24-7 against Henrietta, a team that's 4-2 in district play, or on the year, and 2-2 in district play. They've already played their Vian, which was a loss, and then Valiant. So they've already played the top two teams. They've won against Morris early on, and so they still have Antlers here tonight. and Spiro next week. They've got Atoka in the final game of the season. And so Henrietta kind of sitting there right now. Are we going to be the third spot? Or are we going to be the fifth spot? Are we going to be left out this year? Because, again, the game tonight the game that we're going to be looking at this week is that Wilburton and Vian game, which I think is going to be a tremendous one. We'll see what happens there. But, right now Antlers is on top and definitely creeping in on that points total of 15 as they've got a 24-7 lead against Henrietta. So that one, the Valiant game against Moore is not even close right now. It's 37-0 at halftime. And that's kind of what we're looking at across our district at the current moment. In the second half, I would like to see some of our second unit, again, play in different positions. Maybe see Gage Crenshaw come there into the running back spot, see what he can do against Spiro. He had a lot of success against Vian. He had a lot of success against Valiant. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes out. Also, give Ryan Barton some love. Starting quarterback at the beginning of the season. He's played in a few other positions, but Connor Ritchie has come into that quarterback position and has done a phenomenal job. And, you can still go back to Ryan Barton if anything goes wrong at any point, which obviously you don't want to see. But if that was the case, Ryan Barton is completely capable of doing so.
Oh, 100%. And that's one thing I wish that we could see more. I know it's easier said than done. But, having a dual threat in that quarterback position, Connor, a very capable quarterback, as you've clearly seen here tonight. Ryan Barton, also a very capable quarterback, one of the best arms of a freshman QB that I've seen for several years. Ryan does a really great job of being able to stand tall in the pocket. He throws a tremendous deep ball. He sees his receivers very well. And, I think Ryan would be a phenomenal choice to come out and start this second half.
We got about 34 seconds before we start the second half of play. Let me ask you a question. Out of South Florida and Memphis, both teams sitting 6-1. South Florida, the number 18 ranked team. Who do you have winning that ball game?
Oh man, that's tough. Probably South Florida.
Could be a tough one. South Florida trying to bounce back from a week ago, but I would probably say the same thing. Georgia Tech, Syracuse taking on one another. I think the matchup that no one is talking about right now, Indiana and UCLA. UCLA has been just unbelievable the last couple of weeks.
So Indiana is kind of like the Wilburton of this year. And I say that in the sense as they've turned a complete 360, have come out of nowhere, and are just basically destroying their opponents, and no one saw it coming. So if you're an Indiana fan, you're loving this.
Tell you what, since Jerry Neuheisel took over there at the offensive, who would have thought that he's been coaching around football for years. Who would have thought Jerry Neuheisel would have been this offensive guru that he's been? Of course, his dad, a great coach over the years, coached at UCLA as well, and is now a current broadcaster for Sirius Radio and CBS and a few others. But Jerry Neuheisel, he's really taken that UCLA team since they fired their head coach and turned things around, and they have looked really good. So that is the game that nobody is talking about. Indiana 7-0. It's about time that somebody takes them serious at number 2 in the country. You say that they're number 2 in the country, but no one would have thought Indiana. They've got 6 or 7 guys that are draft picks this year.
I still believe, even ranked at number 2, that no one is taking them seriously, which is mind-boggling. Because how can you look at a number 2 team in the nation and think, oh, yeah, it's Indiana, it's no big deal?
Well, it's kind of like Vanderbilt right now. A lot of people didn't give them credit coming into the season. I sat there and said, dude, Vanderbilt, they were a great team. I don't think Alabama's ever gotten their goalpost yet. I think that goalpost from last season traveled all the way to Mars and is sitting there with the rover right now. I mean, it went forever. It went down the river, down the Mississippi, and everywhere else. But nobody took Vanderbilt serious this year, and they're a playoff contender. Not only just a playoff contender, but they could possibly be an SEC title contender, which is almost a bigger deal than being a playoff contender at this point.
Yeah, and I was having a conversation with the gentleman here in Atoka and at K&E Donuts, definitely the place to go for breakfast, by the way. Shout out to K&E Donuts. About the day and age of college football that we're in now versus 20 years ago, and there's no comparison. There just really isn't. It's a different college football atmosphere today than what I think any of us have ever seen, really.
Yeah, it's been an exciting year. A lot of upsets through the course of the year. Vanderbilt, they're going to be taking on Missouri. That's going to be at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. That's going to be an exciting one. And then, of course, the Oklahoma-Mississippi State game or Ole Miss game. Both teams sitting at 6-1 on the season, and that has definitely got some playoff implications. Can the Sooners defeat a top-ranked team in the top 10 the way that their offense has looked the last couple of weeks? We'll find out come Saturday. 12 minutes on the clock here as we get set for the second half of play. It is the third quarter of action as we'll change that scoreboard now, and Spiro set to receive at the start of the game will now set to kick to start the second half.
Yeah, a decision by head coach David Hogan I was a little bit surprised to see.
And it was a short kick, and it looked like Spiro fell on top of it.
Kick is recovered by the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs, with some trickery, the Wampus Cats weren't ready, and Spiro will get the ball to start the first half in plus, or the second half in plus territory.
Yeah, how about Spiro coming out swinging right out of the gates here in the second half with the onside kick? Not expected, as you said, Mike, but Spiro capitalizing, and they're going to try and make a drive to the end zone.
And so Spiro will be set up with the ball at the 44 of the offense. Will jump off sides and back them up towards the 50-yard line.
False start against the Bulldogs.
You get a little momentum there, and then you back it up a little bit with the penalty.
Yeah, it's frustrating sometimes, but, you know, you can only live one down at a time. And sometimes it's a 1st and 15.
And here's the handoff to the fullback. Nowhere to go with the football. Caught at the line of scrimmage. And it will bring up an early down here for the Spiro Bulldogs. By the way, very good at baseball. They'll look to be pretty successful this year as well. Great facilities over there in Spiro.
Indeed. My wife and I were longtime Spiro residents there for a while.
Yep, you got some friends. We met one of your buddies over there in the Spiro area. What was his name?
Chad Cooper.
Here is second down, and it will be a quarterback keeper spinning around. Picks up maybe a couple of yards on the gain, and it will bring up third down and long here for the Bulldogs.
Tackled by several Wampus Cats.
So Spiro not getting the results that they had intended by recovering their onside kick, as they have yet to gain traction here on offense, still being faced with a 3rd and 11.
I tell you what, though, I have absolutely loved Atoka's pursuit defensively. They have, shown several different stunts there on the defensive line against this Spiro offense and confused them quite a bit. There's nowhere. It's been swallowed up in the backfield on the majority of plays here today, and we've got penalties. Flags. It's going to be a false start on the offense, and that'll back them up another 5 yards here with a third down and what seems like forever, as they've got to get the ball spotted at or past the 34-yard line. But a tremendous amount of respect for Spiro Public Schools, and we always have a great conversation when we face one another. Caught in the back, great defensive play once again by the Wampus Cats, and a loss on the play, and the tackle that time was number 54 of the defense. Chris Finley has been phenomenal here tonight.
He has. He's had a really good defensive game. Even in offense, he's been a leading rushing blocker, just doing a great job.
Here is the punt. It is high. It is going to be short and will land. No one can find it, but it takes a friendly spiral roll, and Atoka touched it.
So,
wow.
For number
Gage Crenshaw.
I hated to name drop.
Well, Gage Crenshaw went to touch it, not realizing when you touch it, it's an open ball. It's a live ball.
That's going to be a teaching moment come film time.
And so now Spiro will get it at the 23-yard line. Very teachable moment. So Spiro will set up with 1st down and 10 after the punt. Fighting their way into the red zone as they cut up close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, nice pickup on the play.
2nd down.
Spiro picking up 8 yards, almost 9 on that rushing play, as they're threatening here in the red zone.
You know, looking at the rest of the schedule for the Wampus Cats, obviously you've got Antlers next week, and then after that you get Henrietta, who is trailing right now against the team we face off next week. And Henrietta, a very talented team, and you kind of like the way Atoka looks here tonight and say, you know, the way that they played defensively, their pursuit to the football is has been a lot better. You kind of like your odds against a team like Antlers, who, again, is a very physical team up front.
Yeah, and they've been known for their physicality for years. You know, I remember us having a conversation last year, I believe was during the Colgate game, which everyone from the Atoka area knows that Atoka Colgate are longtime rivals. But I believe here in the recent years, Antlers has kind of been creeping up in that rivalry category. Antlers only, 30, 45 minutes from Atoka, so really not that far.
Really just about 25, isn't it? Yeah.
Out where we are, yeah.
By the way, down on the field right now, I got the wrong roster here. Number 10, Gabe Ward, the senior, is there attending to him. We sure hope he's going to be okay. He was rolling around up on his knees. I don't know if maybe he took a shot to the midsection but he's getting up and he's going to walk off on his own. I think that might have been what it was. That's not a pretty feeling, I'll tell you that.
Well, nonetheless, we're happy to see him walk off under his own power. Spiro's coaches checking on him and assuring that his well-being is good to go as they assist him off the field as Spiro comes back up to the line of scrimmage, still attempting a 3rd and short.
In the red zone, and a chance at a 1st down. Just a couple of yards to go here for it. Under center, a handoff to the fullback once again, and that picked up enough for the 1st down. So it'll be 1st down and 10. They'll have to get to the 1-yard line for the 1st down before it'll reset.
So the Bulldogs doing some good things here on offense as they continue to drive here on this offensive possession in the 3rd quarter. And clock rolling, 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Game clock at 10, beginning to wind down as the quarterback comes under center as he elects to keep it up the middle and picks up no gain.
Again, great pursuit there on the interior defense for the Wampus Cats. And the quarterback kept it that time, and bringing down the quarterback was number 51 of the defense, Lucas Johnson, who's been back there a couple of times tonight, has had a good game, and so far has been pretty dominant on that right side of the defense.
Yeah, our defensive linemen are having a great game. All of them. I mean, Keaton Rector, Roper Rector, Chris Finley, Lucas Johnson, all those guys playing hard in the trenches tonight on top of Spiro.
And the ball caught in the backfield, and that will be a loss on the play. And it'll bring up fourth down. Or is that that's actually third down? I'm sorry.
That brings up third down.
They're going to say that they lost a couple. They back them up a couple yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 12. Spiro having to convert that first down at the 1-yard line as they're going to hand it off to number 22, Josh Collins.
Big stick in the backfield, and who was that once again? We just called his name a few seconds ago.
Lucas Johnson.
Yeah. He's just been incredible here tonight. Very aggressive. He's been extremely violent there on the defensive line, and has got a couple of tackles for losses tonight. Actually, I want to say that is 3 tackle for losses tonight.
That's what I have wrote down. That was his 3rd tackle for a loss.
And quite honestly, he's been in a lot more than that. We've got a timeout, 5:57 remaining on the clock here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick commercial break. It is KHKC 102.1 FM, the brand.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Atoka Athletics.
As we come back from the break, a pass down the field and flags in the vicinity as Spiro was looking to go to the end zone in the corner, and it looks like we might have pass interference on the defense.
Well, the receiver was well covered. There were 3 Wampus Cats in the area. Looks like Malachi Brooks, Timothy Wingo, Brock Smith, all 3 there in the vicinity. Nonetheless, Atoka picking up a penalty and going to give Spiro a few extra free yards here as they're threatening in the end zone.
Yeah, looked like it was pass interference. And so it'll be first down. Bulldogs have came out here in this first half and played very well. Had the ball since the opening kick of the second half.
Yeah, another long offensive possession for the Bulldogs.
And they're going to look to hand this one. Ball is on the ground. Did Atoka come down with it?
And recovered.
And the Wampus Cats got it back. Very nicely done. I didn't see who was on the fumble recovery. Maybe I can pull that up here in just a second. But the Wampus Cats will take over on offense with the ball placed at the 8-yard line. Let's see if I can pull up that play one more time.
Well, watching the boys comes to the sideline as they switch to offense. I saw Wade and Lucas Johnson high-fiving, so I kind of think it could have been Lucas with the fumble recovery. Let's take a look.
Well, yeah. You want to know who it is? You want to know who it is, Caitlin? We've called his name quite a bit here in the second half. Lucas Johnson. Tremendous effort here tonight. And now Atoka will take it towards the painted numbers of the 10-yard line, and it is for about a 1 yard gain, and that time Crenshaw on the carry. Finally seeing him into the game here tonight.
Second down.
Crenshaw, a freshman here for the Wampus Cats, has played very well against some of the top talent in the state as a freshman. And he'll take the handoff once again, dodges off one tackle, punches his way forward for a nice gain. And I'm telling you, I just love the way he runs.
Yeah, and Ryan Barton has now came into the game leading the Atoka Wampus Cat offense. And this is something that we talked about during halftime, Mike, is seeing some of these guys in some different positions, giving them some different looks, some reps.
So Ryan Barton will take over. Handoff once again. And Kahn in the backfield. Be a loss on the play for Gage Crenshaw. And that'll bring up third down.
For a loss of 3 on the play. Fourth down.
Is it third down or fourth down? No, it is fourth down.
Well, I don't know if our guy down there on the field has the correct down. I'm not for certain, Mike.
It's fourth down, I believe. They're going to go for it right here. And nope, they're going to punt. And the punt is high, nobody back. Takes a friendly Atoka bounce into Spiro territory and will be down at about close to the 40-yard line. They'll call it the 41. And so Spiro still with good field position. They didn't score on their last 2 possessions here in the first half, but they have had the ball for the majority here of the third quarter.
Yeah, so that's the second time in this football game that Spiro has gone on a tremendously long offensive possession.
Can we talk about overrated things real quick?
Absolutely.
Dubai chocolate. I went down to QT, and they had this $20 chocolates in there, and I said, I'm not paying $20 for chocolate. How dare you even ask? And I went back over there, and I said, you know what? Just give me the chocolate. Went down and got it. Took a couple of bites. Most overrated thing I've ever heard. But I heard Mimi's here in Atoka actually makes homemade, and that it is 10 times different and to die for. So if you haven't had a chance, they don't advertise with us. Cool. Go over there, check it out, and see, and let me know, because I'm very, very intrigued. 3 wide receivers set to the left side of the field for Spiro. They're going to keep this one with the quarterback and punches out to about the 40-yard line and cuts up for a couple of yards on the gain, and it'll bring up second down.
Forced out of bounds after a gain of 2. Second down.
Yeah, just not a big fan of it.
Of the Dubai chocolate that you purchased?
Correct. Not a big fan of it. It's not my cup of tea.
Well, I think you called it. Head on down to Mimi's and get you some homemade chocolate. Spiro in a shotgun formation with a second 8 as they elect to pass out to the left side, and the pass is caught. The receiver making it to that first down marker. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, out to the flats. That was Maddox McCallum on the reception, the senior.
And they're going to spot him short of the first down by just a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs. They're going to come to the line in a shotgun formation, trips out to the near side hash. One receiver out wide left.
And quarterback keeper and caught right at that first down marker. Did he make it? I think they are going to spot this one ahead.
Handoff goes up the middle.
So it should be a first down for Spiro.
Number 78, Braylon.
Indeed, Spiro picking up the first down, moving the chains. Now in plus territory. Still trailing big here in Atoka. The Wampus Cats up 41-6 with 1 minute, 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
So with a first down here, they'll take it from the shotgun. First time we've seen that really tonight with a pass. And it goes right back out to number 7, Maddox McCallop. The defense swarming in there, and Brody Kennard has been very good here tonight as well. I mean, when we start talking about players for that star of the game tonight, which is not associated, by the way, with player of the week. But Kennard has made a good case for himself on the defensive side. Case Horton, another one. And you got to sit there and say that Lucas has been absolutely phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, let's not forget about Chris Finley as well. Finley having a big defensive night.
McCall had a pretty good game as well, and several others. That one tipped and almost intercepted by the defense, and breaking that pass up was Roper Rector.
Yeah, Roper, he was in that middle linebacker position. He noticed that the quarterback dropped back to pass, and he ended up, moving back, tipping that ball, almost putting it into a tip drill scenario.
40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and the score still 41-6 as Spiro has had the football for the majority of this third quarter. It's not typically what you wanted to see here out of the Atoka offense, but they have kept Spiro from scoring in that time. And the clock stops at 41 seconds.
Brings up fourth down.
Step aside and take a look at some of the updated scores. And Henrietta making a comeback right now, only down by 10 as they trail Antlers 24-14 at the current moment. Good game going out there. Holdenville on top of Community Christian 30-7. And no update on that Davis game. It still shows 8-0. And looking to throw this one deep down the field, has a man open, and it's overthrown the intended wide receiver, who's intended for number 43, Braxton Sapp.
And it will be a turnover.
And that's a turnover. So the Wampus Cats will get the ball back with 35 seconds remaining and trying to have a little bit of success, considering that they started off with their backs against the wall here the first time that they had the football offensively. They had a chance to have the football early on after a punt, and kind of a miscommunication or a ill-advised mental play by the special teams unit gave it back to Spiro. So Atoka really sitting with their best field position and best opportunity right now of the second half. And so we'll see Ryan there at quarterback for the Wampus Cats. He's going to set to pass, and it's caught up past the 50-yard line, moves his way from the 40, cuts right side of the field, spinning around tackles, and is down enough for the first down, but that was Case Horton on another play. He's got one touchdown pass tonight, and that one goes for a good first down pickup.
Man, that was a good-looking route that Case ran. Case just ran a little short and 5-yard stop pattern, and boy, just kind of juking and jiving all the way up the field.
Saw a photo that Tegas played. Case plays multiple instruments. Throw is down the field, almost caught down the sidelines. That would have been a pretty catch for Cooper Norris.
For number 6.
And Ryan Barton put that one only where the wide receiver could catch it.
And it is second down.
Yeah, we were commenting on the accuracy that Ryan has in that quarterback spot. He throws a great football.
Yes, he does. And again, just a freshman. And one of the only reasons why we really haven't seen him out there at that quarterback position is because of the ability Connor gives you there in the running game. They're going to hand this one off to end the half. When we come back, it'll be third down. It is KHKC 102.1 FM. 41-6 is our score. Atoka on top as we head into the final 12 minutes of action.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
Downtown Atoka just got a little bit cooler. Welcome to the barber shop. We're talking crisp fades, sharp cuts, and hot towel shaves that just hit different. Need a break? Grab a seat and enjoy a complimentary beverage while you relax. For men, for women, for anyone who wants to look fresh, this is your spot. The barber shop, downtown Atoka. Now that's cuts served neat.
I want to take this time to say our appreciation to all of our sponsors. And your video sponsor of tonight's game is brought to you by Steubenville Ford of Atoka. Go to SteubenvilleFord.net and go take a look at their lineup of vehicles. The best in Texoma. And this pass is swung out to about the 35-yard lines and in and out of the intended wide receiver's hands. And so it's going to bring up fourth down.
I may just have to stroll on down to Steubenville and take a look, see if they have any Jeeps for sale. My wife mentioning she would like a new car.
Man, I really like those Broncos they've got over there. Pretty nice. Set up with fourth down, and the offense will stay on the field as Barton looking to throw this one down the sidelines at the painted numbers of the 30, and it's swatted away by the defense. So a turnover on downs here for the Spiro Bulldogs as they'll take over with the ball spotted at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, solid play on defense by number 20, Tyler Musgrove, the senior out of Spiro. They've got him listed at 5'11", 170 pounds.
They could be spotted at the 41. Late night tonight, school tomorrow, folks. Almost at the 9 o'clock hour. Whew, it's your bedtime already.
It is my bedtime.
My bedtime's in about 30 minutes. 2 straight weeks for Thursday night football, except last week the kids didn't have to go to school. This week, the kids have to go. So my kid stayed home tonight. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back up to the 50, cuts up and picks up the first down. And nice little looking run there by number 22 of the offense. That's Josh Collins. 11:36. No running clock at the current moment. And Spiro, again, has had the football for the majority of this second half. Set up with a first down play. Another handoff. Collins running up the middle, spins around. Is caught by the defense after picking up positive gain. And there on the tackle, a couple of Atoka Wampus Cat defenders. And Keaton Rector, one of them. Shai Washington, I believe, was in there as well.
Yeah, Roper Rector may have been in on that as well.
Yeah, Roper was in there as well. That's the one thing I will say here tonight, Kaylin, about the defense is it hasn't just been one guy. It's been a collective effort there on the defensive line, and those guys have just played phenomenal here tonight. Quarterback keeper cuts up, has space to the 20-10, and will run this one in for Pater. That is number 14, Hayden Reed. The backup quarterback plays a lot of tight end, and a Wampus Cat down on the field, and 6 points on the board here for Spiro.
Well, Hayden Reed really showing some speed for the Bulldogs as he broke free, scoring that touchdown.
We have a timeout on the field for an injured player.
So we've got a timeout on the field. We'll be right back here on KHKC 102.1 FM as they attend to the injured player for the Atoka Wampus Cats.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
This is Eric Steubenville, inviting you to buy the Steubenville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads,
Or you like them built tough?
There is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Steubenville way.
Steubenville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and SteubenvilleChevrolet.com.
And Steubenville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and SteubenvilleFord.net.
The Steubenville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Welcome back to Wampus Cat Stadium, where the Spiro Bulldogs attempted a 2-point conversion that was no good. The injured player coming off the field under his own power, number 27, Brody Kynyard, rather. I'm going to have to write his parents a letter of apology. I do apologize. I have the hardest time pronouncing his last name.
I've already said we've changed his name. Sorry, folks. We've mispronounced it I don't know how many times this season. And it's such an easy word to say. You just can't say it for some reason. And the pass is incomplete on the retry, and so it'll remain at 41-13. Been a good game so far, Kalen.
It has been an exciting game. You know, we've seen some real big positives take place on both sides of the ball. Special teams getting in on the action. You know, we've had some kids come in and play some different positions where they don't get a whole lot of time at, which is always exciting and very helpful going forward in the future. But right now, it is the fourth quarter here in Atoka. 10 minutes, 41 seconds left to play here in this football game. Your score, Atoka 41, Spiro 12, as Spiro is going to be kicking the ball to Atoka. And right now, Atoka has two backs set to receive. Gage Crenshaw and I believe Brody or Brock Smith. I can't quite tell at this angle. So here's the kick. A fast, low kick. Caught and recovered by Atoka as he's going to be tackled at roughly the 40-yard line. And that is where Atoka is going to be set with a 1st and 10.
By the way, stick around for that post-game show presented to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. Lucinda Holland is a farmer's agent serving our community. She's always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. And we'll have our presenting star of the game coming up as well during that post-game show. We'll talk about the pluses tonight and what we can expect out of Antlers next week. Also have some updated scores from across the district. 10:28 remaining. Clock is running. Shotgun formation here for Barton, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for the wide receiver, Canyon White, who can't hold on to it. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, Ryan just throws a bullet now. Just a real good ball. I love watching him at that quarterback spot. Perhaps he's a pitcher.
One can hope. 41-13. Handoff. Crenshaw nowhere to go on that play. And that'll bring up 3rd down here for this Wampus Cat offense. Again, it's been Spiro here in the first half of play.
Yeah.
Or the second half, I'm sorry.
The time of possession is just one-sided, really. Spiro really had possession of the football for almost the entire third quarter, minus perhaps 3.5 minutes.
Clock continues to run here in Atoka. The Wampus Cats lead 41-13. And here's shotgun. Swings out to Crenshaw. Defense swarming, cuts upfield, picks up positive yardage, and goes out of bounds near the 48.
Forced out of bounds.
It's a nice catch by Gage Crenshaw, almost hauling it in one-handed. We were talking about how Ryan throws such a good football. He can really put the zip to it.
Again, it was a pink out night here in Atoka, raising awareness for breast cancer. And you can join the fight for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Just wear pink, spread hope, support early detection to save lives, as the punt is down at the 16-yard line. And so the Wampus Cats will take over here with the football, and the clock continuing to run at the current moment, 8:29. It's been a much cleaner game for really both teams. Mainly Spiro here in the second half. But with a huge 41-6 deficit, it was a hard one to come back from. And right now, not a lot of time, especially with the Wampus Cats with the football. Saying you lose all hope, but definitely you have an opportunity. I'm sorry, with Spiro with the football. But you definitely have an opportunity here with under 8 minutes to go, but you got to make something quick happen. So here's the shotgun or the pistol set. 3 wide receiver set right. They're going to hand this one off, and he's caught in the background and in the backfield by Keaton Rector.
Stopped in the backfield by the Wampus Cats. Loss of 1 on the play.
Was trying to get a quick glimpse as to who was assisting him on that tackle. I didn't quite catch it, but credit going to Rector nonetheless. Spiro electing to stay with their second-string QB, Hayden Reed, number 14.
Pistol set, 3 wide receiver set right, and they're going to throw a bubble out, and is caught and hit, and it's an incomplete pass.
Good coverage. Shai Washington was out there,
From the 15-yard line.
making a good defensive stop for Atoka.
Those are tricky plays, especially at the high school level, because if you take too many steps backwards and that ball goes through your hands, that is not an incomplete pass. That is a loss on the play, and that time was very, very close. As Spiro will set up in a shotgun, looking to pass this time, rolling out, throws this one deep down the field, and oh man, what a pass, and incomplete on the play. Braxton Sapp had his hands on it, but now Braxton is down on the field.
Yeah, that's going to be one that Braxton wished he had back, but getting injured as he fell to the ground after that incomplete pass. So Spiro's coaches are going to take a look at him.
They're going to help him off the field right now. He looks like he's limping, favoring that right leg pretty heavily. We were going to take a break, but it looks like they're getting him off the field a little bit quicker than anticipated. So we'll keep it right here. And again, that post-game show coming up here shortly. Clock stops, 6:13 still to go in the fourth quarter of action as the Wampus Cats on top and a commanding lead. They'll go on to win this football game here tonight and move to 2 wins on the season, 2 wins in district play, and a couple of big games coming up the next couple of weeks, as you're not really looking at, a top 3 finish in the district, but it does give you a little bit of hope going into next season.
Well, we can also kind of play spoiler for Henrietta.
Yeah, play spoiler for Henrietta. You can for Antlers and mainly Henrietta, like you said. But here's the punt, and the punt is up. It is short and takes a friendly Spiro bounce down to the 42-yard line. Atoka will have good field position, but a nice little punt there for Spiro on that. And again, it's been really all Spiro here in the second half. Atoka has not had the football for more than about 3 minutes total in the second half of play tonight.
Yeah, that was a solid punt by number 76, Jesse Barnes of the Bulldogs. Took a tremendous bounce, but still giving Atoka good field position.
You like to see what Luke Ring is trying to build here in his first season under the helm of the Wampus Cats. It was kind of tough going there early on. We've seen improvement each week, which is what you want to see. Not everybody is okay with losing per se, but if you can see improvement week on and week off, that is what people pay attention to. That is what we've seen over the course of the season, and we've been really impressed with the youth, the seniors on this team as well. After this game, you got one more home game for those seniors. When you talk about Cannon White, Wade McCall, Malachi Brooks, Case Shores, another one. Shai Washington, Tegan Richardson, all seniors this season. Handoff, Crenshaw busts through the line into the secondary, is lowering his shoulder, breaking tackles, and down a huge chunk play that time past the 30-yard line, moves into deeper into Spiro territory. They'll spot this one at the 30.
Great pickup by Crenshaw, giving Atoka a first down. Inching their way towards the red zone as the ball is placed on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Atoka.
And from the shotgun, they'll hand this one off and cuts up to the 20, down to the 10, and pushed out of bounds. And another big run that time by the freshman.
That goes to number 19, Gage Crenshaw.
Beginning a lot of action in cleanup time and has definitely taken his opportunities to another level.
Yeah, you can kind of see Crenshaw get more comfortable in that running back position, something that is going to help them moving forward into next season. As Atoka in the red zone threatening to score, and the ball is snapped.
Ooh, Ryan Barton with a stiff arm and is drugged down. Kind of a slow developing play, but gave a nice little stiff arm to number 88 of the defense. And Levi Moores was down for a little bit after that one.
Second out.
Ryan Barton showing his strength there, and Atoka in the red zone once again, leading 41-13, running clock, 2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining. And again, Atoka's going to go on to win this one. We'll get you updated on that Antlers game coming up next week, or the Antlers game coming up next week and the Antlers game coming up tonight, as we'll have an updated score. And we'll go over some other scores across the league as Henrietta looks like they're making a push forward against Antlers right now. That's interesting. 24-20 at the current moment, and that score may have changed since it was last updated.
Yeah, got some action going down in Henrietta. Atoka in a 3rd and goal situation here.
They're just going to kneel this one down. Run the clock out, doing their best Pavia impression from Vanderbilt. Do you know about that?
No, I didn't. I was just going to comment on kind of the sign of respect that Coach Ring is giving Coach David Hogan and the Spiro Bulldogs is to not try and score late here in the 4th quarter and just respectfully take a knee and in this contest.
.46 seconds remaining and another kneel down. So again, Atoka will go away with a win here tonight in plus territory at the current second. They're going to nail this one down, let clock expire. 41-13 will be our final tonight. Congratulations. It's a good day to be a Wampus Cat as they go on to win 41-13 once again. Great job, Wampus Cats. We've got our post-game show coming up right now after the break here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.
Atoka, 41.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough.
There is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka. And StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
Need your lane cleared, leveled, or loaded up? Call CMAC Dirtwork Gravel Trucking and Land Management. They haul gravel, sand, filled dirt, fast and reliable, from dozer work to track hoeing and skid steer services. They've got the heavy equipment and know how to get the job done right. Call 239-2026 today. That's 239-2026. CMAC Dirtwork, digging in so you don't have to. CMAX is a proud sponsor of Atoka Wampus Cat Athletics.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Welcome back into KHKC 102.1 FN. Our final here tonight, 41-13. The Wampus Cats go on to win. They'll do their chant here on the field as they'll count down the number of points they scored tonight. Congratulations once again. They will move on. 2 wins in the column here as Spiro will fall to 0-8 on the year. Atoka will move up to 2-6 as they will face an Antlers team. Right now is battling against Henrietta. We'll get those score updates for you right now as, again, Antlers on top 24-20, but that could have changed. You can watch that over there on Payne Media. Our friends over at Payne Media will have that game. And Holdenville winning big right now, 38-7. Some of the other games that were set on the lineup, maybe for tomorrow, Wilburton at Vian, and that should be a really good one. And, of course, a lot of football went on tonight. Davis finally coming back from that Comanche game. Comanche 0-5 on the year, the defending champions. Were struggling in a battle in the second quarter. It was 8-0, and they're now on top 22-0 against Comanche. So Davis looking to win that one as well. They haven't updated the official time in that game, but Valiant, huge win against Morris tonight, 44-0. And as you look at district play, Atoka will move up to 2-3 in districts. Spiro will fall to 0-5. Antlers still debating on whether they're going to win that ball game or not, as Henrietta sitting at 2-2 and Antlers at 1-3. So it will be interesting to see if Atoka can jump Antlers tonight, if Henrietta can somehow pull out that win.
Yeah, there's a possibility that may happen. I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned and see what happens.
Our post-game show, again, is brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. She's always serving our community and just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. We've got to talk about our presenting star of the game tonight, presented by Steubenville Ford of Atoka. When buying a vehicle, shop around and then shop local and see what Ryan Lott and the Steubenville Ford staff can do for you. Making big deals in a small town for 2 decades, Steubenville Ford in Atoka and SteubenvilleFord.net. Kaylin, I think this one was pretty simplistic for me, and we can talk about it. We can give it to a lot of guys defensively. I want to give it to Lucas Johnson, who was just an absolute animal tonight. You can make cases for Case Horton and others. Brock Smith played great. I felt like there were so many. Brody Kennard had a great game, and Chris Finley and others. But I think the tackle for losses, the fumble recoveries, and everything kind of adding up definitely goes to favor for Lucas Johnson. And on the offensive side, how can you not give it to Connor Ritchie? He had a phenomenal game tonight. Just lights out, scored twice on the ground, couple of touchdown throws as well, and was over 350 yards tonight offensively.
Yeah, so we just saw so many great things from Connor. It's almost near impossible not to give him player of the game. I mean, just looking at my stat sheet, Connor has got 1, 2, 3 passing touchdowns. He has 2 rushing touchdowns of his own. The kid made a statement here tonight. He really did. And what I'm most excited to see is his progress going forward into the future, because he's got a bright future. He really does.
Yes, he does. And our final, once again, here on KHKC 102.1 FM is 41-13. That is our final. As we say goodnight here in Atoka, Michael Gabbard, Kaylin Nagorski, we will be on the call, or at least I'll be on the call, at Antlers next week, as that should be a really good game. As for your Thursday night football, take care, God bless, have a great one, and we'll see you next week here on KHKC 102.1 FM, The Brand.